Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine your life 5 years from now. You are successful, peaceful, respected, fulfilled, respected, fulfilled. Everything you once dreamed of is now your reality. Now open your eyes. Ask yourself one question. What is the one thing standing between you and that life? It's not luck. It's not talent. It's not even opportunity. It is discipline. Because without discipline, dreams remain dreams, goals remain wishes, and prayers remain incomplete efforts. We all believe in God. We all ask God for success, happiness, and peace. But let me ask you something honestly. Why would God bless a life that we are not disciplined enough to build? God has already given us everything: time, energy, ability, and purpose. But success is not just about asking. It's about aligning your actions with what God has already given you. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is respect for the life God has gifted you. And today I will show you why discipline is not just a habit. It is the real secret to success. Discipline is proof of your faith. Not the kind of faith that lives only in words, but the kind that shows up in your actions every single day. It is easy to say, I believe God has a plan for me. It is easy to pray for success, for peace, for a better life. But the real question is, do your daily habits reflect that belief? Because true faith is not just what you say, it is what you consistently do when no one is watching.
Think about your everyday life. When the alarm rings early in the morning, you have two choices.
One voice tells you, sleep a little more, you deserve rest. The other voice whispers, get up, your purpose is waiting.
Discipline is choosing the second voice. It is getting up not because you feel like it, but because you believe your life has meaning.
That belief, that silent trust that God has placed something valuable inside you, is what turns a simple action into an act of faith. A student who truly believes in their future will not wait for motivation to study. They will sit down even when they feel tired, even when distractions are calling. Why? Because deep inside, they trust that their effort matters. They trust that every page they read, every concept they understand, is a step closer to the life they are meant to live. That is discipline. That is faith in action. Look at someone who wants to improve their health. They pray for strength, for a better body, for confidence. But then comes the moment of choice. Junk food or a healthy meal, laziness or a workout. Discipline is choosing the harder path because you believe your body is a gift. You believe it deserves care, effort, and respect. You believe it deserves care, effort, and respect. You don't just ask for change, you work for it. That work becomes your silent prayer. Many people misunderstand faith. They think faith means waiting for the right time, waiting for luck, waiting for something to magically change. But real faith is not passive. Real faith is active. It moves, it pushes, it shows up every single day, even when results are not visible. Discipline is what keeps you going when you don't see immediate outcomes. It reminds you that just because results are delayed doesn't mean they are denied. Imagine a person building something meaningful, a career, a skill, a dream. Day after day they put in effort. Some days feel productive, others feel like nothing is working. But they continue. Why? Because they trust the process. They believe that every small step is being counted, even if the world doesn't see it yet. That belief gives them the strength to stay disciplined. And that discipline becomes the bridge between where they are and where they are meant to be. In daily life, discipline shows up in the smallest decisions, choosing to focus instead of scrolling endlessly, choosing to finish what you started instead of quitting halfway, choosing to stay honest when it would be easier to take shortcuts. These moments may seem small, but they define your character. They define your faith, because every disciplined action says, I trust that my life has purpose and I am willing to work for it. There will be days when you feel lost, days when your energy is low, your mind is tired, and your heart is not fully in it. On those days, discipline becomes even more powerful. It carries you when motivation disappears. It reminds you that faith is not a feeling, it is a decision. A decision to keep going, to keep trying, to keep believing, even when it's hard, and slowly something begins to change. Not just in your results, but in you. You become stronger, more focused, more resilient. You start respecting yourself because you know you are not just talking about your dreams. You are working for them. That self-respect builds confidence. And that confidence strengthens your faith even more. Discipline is not about being perfect. You will make mistakes. You will have days where you fall short. But what matters is that you get back up. You try again. You refuse to give up on the life you believe you are meant to live. That consistency, that commitment is what proves your faith is real. So every time you choose discipline over comfort, remember what you are really doing. You are not just completing a task. You are showing trust. You are showing belief. You are saying, I know my life has value and I will not waste it. And that mindset repeated every single day is what transforms ordinary actions into extraordinary results. God gives opportunities, but discipline is what turns those opportunities into real success. Every single person, no matter where they come from, is given moments in life. Small chances, hidden doors, unexpected situations. Some people notice them, step forward, and change their lives. Others look at the same opportunities and let them pass. The difference is not luck. The difference is discipline. Think about your daily routine.
Opportunities don't always come as big, obvious events. Sometimes they are quiet and simple. A free hour in your day
Is an opportunity. A chance to learn a new skill is an opportunity. A person you meet, a conversation you have, a task you are given. These are all opportunities. But what do most people do?
But what do most people do?
They ignore them. They waste time, they delay action, and then later they say, I never got a chance. The truth is, chances were there. Discipline was not. Discipline was not. Imagine two people with the same goal. Both want to succeed. Both want a better life. One person wakes up and says, I will start tomorrow. The other wakes up and starts immediately. One waits for motivation, the other follows discipline. Days pass, weeks pass, months pass. Slowly, their lives begin to look completely different. One is still waiting, the other is moving forward. Not because they had more opportunities, but because they used the ones they had. Discipline teaches you to recognize the value of time. When you are disciplined, you don't see time as something to kill. You see it as something to invest. You don't waste hours scrolling, complaining, or overthinking. You use those hours to build, to learn, to improve. That is how small opportunities turn into big results. Look at a simple daily example. You come home tired after a long day. You have two choices. You can lie down, scroll your phone, and let the evening disappear. Or you can spend 1 hour doing something that moves your life forward, reading, learning, practicing, improving. That 1 hour may not feel like much today, but repeat it every day, and it becomes a powerful force. That is discipline in action. That is how opportunity becomes success. Many people wait for perfect opportunities. They think success comes from one big moment, But real success is built on small, consistent actions. It is built on showing up even when you don't feel like it. It is built on doing the work when no one is watching. Discipline allows you to act even when conditions are not perfect. It teaches you to move forward with what you have, instead of waiting for what you don't have. There are people who get amazing chances, good jobs, supportive families, access to resources, but they still fail. Why? Because they lack discipline. They don't stay consistent. They don't put in effort. They don't respect the opportunity they were given. And slowly that opportunity disappears. On the other hand, there are people who start with very little, limited resources, limited support, limited chances, but they are disciplined. They use every small opportunity they get. They learn from every experience. They grow step by step, and over time, they rise. Not because life was easy for them, but because they refused to waste what they had. Discipline also helps you stay ready. Opportunities don't wait forever. They come and they go. If you are not prepared, you will miss them. But when you are disciplined, you are always preparing yourself. You are always improving. So when the moment comes, you are ready to take it. Think of it like this. If an opportunity knocks on your door today, are you ready? Do you have the skills, the mindset, the consistency to handle it? Or will you say, I am not ready yet? Discipline ensures that when life gives you a chance, you don't hesitate, you act. Even in simple situations, this truth is visible. A student who studies daily doesn't panic when exams arrive. A worker who is consistent doesn't fear responsibility. A person who takes care of their health doesn't struggle when challenges come. Why? Because they prepared through discipline. They turned everyday moments into long-term success. Sometimes, opportunities come disguised as challenges. Extra work, difficult tasks, hard situations. Most people avoid them. They look for comfort. But disciplined people see something different. They see growth. They see a chance to become better. And that mindset changes everything. When you start living with discipline, your entire life shifts. You stop waiting for miracles and start creating results. You stop blaming circumstances and start taking responsibility. You stop asking, why is this not happening for me? And start saying, what can I do with what I have right now? That is the power of discipline. It takes what God has already placed in your life, time, energy, opportunities, and transforms it into something meaningful. So don't underestimate the small chances in your daily life. Don't ignore the little moments, because those moments, when combined with discipline, have the power to change everything. Discipline builds inner strength, the kind of strength that cannot be seen on the outside, but silently controls everything on the inside. It is the strength that holds you together when life feels heavy, when your mind is full of doubt, and when your heart wants to give up. Anyone can feel motivated when things are going well, but real power is revealed in the moments when you don't feel like continuing, yet you still move forward. Every day, life tests you in small, invisible ways. You wake up feeling tired, your body wants rest, your mind looks for excuses. In that moment, there is a battle happening inside you. One side says, take it easy, skip day, it doesn't matter. The other side whispers, stand up, stay committed, keep going. Discipline is choosing that second voice again and again until it becomes your nature. Inner strength is not built in comfort. It is built when you do what is necessary, even when it is uncomfortable. Think about a simple situation, finishing a task you started. How many times do people begin something with excitement but stop halfway because it gets difficult? Discipline trains you to finish what you start. It tells you it doesn't matter if it's hard, it matters that you complete it. That simple habit creates a powerful mindset, one that doesn't quit when things get tough. In daily life, distractions are everywhere. Your phone, social media, unnecessary conversations, negative thoughts, they constantly pull your attention away from what truly matters. A person without discipline gets carried away easily. Hours pass without progress, and at the end of the day, there is regret. But a disciplined person learns to control their focus. They say no to distractions, even when they are tempting. That control builds inner strength. It makes your mind sharper, your decisions clearer, and your actions more meaningful. There will be days when emotions try to control you. You may feel angry, frustrated, lazy, or unmotivated. In those moments, most people react instantly. They give in to their feelings. They delay work. They avoid responsibility. They make excuses. But discipline changes that response. It teaches you to pause, to breathe, to act with awareness instead of emotion. You begin to understand that feelings are temporary, but your actions have long-term consequences. Imagine coming home after a long, exhausting day. Your body feels heavy, your mind feels drained. You don't feel like doing anything productive. This is where inner strength is tested. Discipline doesn't shout, it doesn't force, it gently reminds you of your purpose. It tells you, do a little more. One more step, one more effort, one more effort. And when you listen to that voice, even for a short time, you strengthen your character. Inner strength also grows when you face failure. Everyone experiences setbacks. Plans don't always work. Efforts don't always give immediate results. In those moments, it is easy to feel discouraged. It is easy to think, maybe I am not good enough. But discipline keeps you grounded. It tells you that failure is not the end.
It is part of the journey. It pushes you to learn, to improve, to try again.
A student who fails an exam can either give up or become stronger. A disciplined student will sit down, understand their mistakes, and prepare better.
That process builds resilience. It teaches them that success is not about never failing. It is about never quitting.
In relationships, in work, in personal growth, discipline shapes how you respond to challenges. It helps you stay calm when things are not going your way. It helps you stay committed when others give up. It gives you the ability to stay consistent even when progress feels slow. Over time, these small moments of discipline create a powerful transformation. You become someone who can trust themselves, someone who doesn't run away from difficulty, someone who faces life with courage instead of fear. That is true inner strength. And the most beautiful part is this strength is built quietly. No one sees the early mornings when you push yourself to wake up. No one sees the moments when you choose work over comfort, focus over distraction, effort over excuses. But all those unseen actions are shaping you into a stronger person. There comes a point when you realize that discipline is not just about achieving goals. It is about becoming a better version of yourself. It is about gaining control over your thoughts, your actions, your direction in life. It is about knowing that no matter what situation you face, you have the strength to handle it. So when life becomes challenging, don't look for an easy way out. Look within. Build that inner strength through discipline. Because once your mind becomes strong, nothing outside can easily break you. And that strength, built step by step, day by day, is what ultimately leads you toward a life of confidence, stability, and true success. Small daily actions create big results. This is a truth.
So powerful, yet so easily ignored. People often wait for the big moment.
The sudden breakthrough, the instant miracle that will change everything at once. But real success is rarely born in a single day. It is built quietly, invisibly, through countless small, consistent actions repeated over time. These are the little choices you make each day. Choices that may seem insignificant in the moment, but compound into extraordinary results. Consider the simple act of waking up early.
At first, it feels minor. 10 minutes earlier, 20 minutes earlier, it seems almost meaningless.
But over weeks, months, and years, those extra minutes become hours, and those hours become opportunities. Someone who wakes up early every day has time to plan, to learn, to exercise, to grow. They are using their mornings to set the tone for their day, while others hit snooze and lose precious hours. That small action alone begins to separate the disciplined from the ordinary. Small daily actions also shape your skills and knowledge. Imagine someone learning a new language or an instrument. Imagine someone learning a new language or an instrument. Practicing 5 minutes every day may feel too short, too easy, too irrelevant. But day after day, that small effort accumulates. In a year, they have hundreds of hours of practice, a depth of skill that amazes others who only tried sporadically. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. Small, repeated actions create mastery. The key is not perfection in a single moment, but the accumulation of effort over time. Even in our relationships, small actions matter.
A kind word to a friend, a note of appreciation to a colleague, a smile to a stranger. These tiny gestures may feel trivial, yet they build trust, respect, and connection.
Over time, these small acts become the foundation of meaningful relationships. One daily effort to listen attentively, one daily effort to show gratitude, or one daily effort to be patient can transform not only your relationships but your environment. The little things matter far more than we realize. Think about money and savings. Most people dream of wealth but ignore the power of small, consistent contributions. Saving a little each day may seem unimportant, but over years, those small amounts grow exponentially. The same principle applies to knowledge, health, and personal development. Discipline in daily habits, studying, exercising, budgeting, practicing gratitude, creates results that feel miraculous years later. What was once small and mundane becomes extraordinary through persistence. Daily actions also build discipline itself. Each time you choose to do what is necessary rather than what is easy, you strengthen your ability to take consistent action in the future. Skipping one workout may not matter much, but skipping repeatedly creates a pattern of laziness. Choosing to read for 20 minutes instead of scrolling social media may feel insignificant, but it reinforces a mindset of growth and control. Your life becomes a reflection of your daily choices. Even challenges and obstacles can be managed through small daily steps. If you have a big goal, whether it's starting a business, losing weight, or writing a book, breaking it into manageable actions makes it achievable. One email sent, one page written, one conversation held, one small adjustment made each day gradually builds momentum. Momentum is invisible at first, but once it grows, it accelerates progress. This is the secret most people overlook. They expect huge results overnight instead of trusting the quiet power of consistent effort. Small actions also protect you from regret. Most people look back at life and wish they had started sooner, worked harder, or tried a little more each day. The truth is, life is built from the accumulation of small efforts. If you act consistently, even imperfectly, you leave no room for regret. Daily discipline is like depositing into a bank account. You may not feel rich immediately, but the balance grows, and one day it becomes your fortune. The beauty of small daily actions is that they are available to everyone. You don't need extraordinary talent, luck, or resources. You need awareness, consistency, and the willingness to act even when results aren't visible. Each decision, each effort, each step forward compounds into a life that is extraordinary. Those who understand this principle live lives of quiet confidence, knowing that their disciplined daily actions will always lead them to their goals. Remember, it is not the dramatic moments that define success. It is what you do every day when no one is watching. Reading one page, waking up early, exercising, showing kindness, staying focused, practicing a skill. These small acts shape the trajectory of your life. The person who acts daily, even in tiny ways, will find themselves far ahead of those who wait for motivation, inspiration, or the perfect moment. So don't underestimate the power of today. Don't ignore the little actions you can take right now. Each small step is a building block for your future. Compound them. Stay consistent. Watch how the seemingly insignificant things done every day create results so big that others may call them miraculous. In reality, they are simply the product of disciplined, focused, small daily actions, turning dreams into reality and potential into greatness.